Welcome back, everybody. So when we took our break, I read this question. I was a stripper for 5 years, and I quit because I don't like the stigma attached to it. My friends constantly throw my past in my face and say I will have a hard time being successful because of it. How do I convince my friends that I have changed? All right. Thank you for the question. You may not like the answer, but here it is. Stop wasting your life trying to convince your friends that you've changed. Okay? And how about this? You ready for this? Because you ain't gonna see this one coming. How about we not feel bad about what we've done? How about we not, unless we've hurt someone? And stripping ain't hurting nobody. In fact, you're making a lot of people happy. How about we not get caught up in other people's opinions about what it is we've done or who we are? If you haven't hurt anybody, if you've not wounded anybody, and you just had a off-color job or an off-color opinion or an off-color experience that most people wouldn't approve of, let them have their opinion of it and let your opinion be what it ought to be, which is this is what I did, this is who I was, this is what I felt I needed to do, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm tired of people being ashamed of themselves. Now, you should be ashamed of your mistakes. You should be ashamed of hurting people. But making a decision to do something that's sort of out the box, you shouldn't be ashamed of that. And your so-called friends shouldn't make you feel ashamed of that. Let me tell you something. Will it be hard for you to find a job because you have stigma? It depends on the job. You may mess around and luck up on a job where being a former stripper is an asset and a blessing and not a liability. Here's the point I'm making. Stop letting people make you feel bad about you, about either what you decided to do or what you had to do, what you loved to do, even what you no longer want to do. It's fine to change your mind. It's fine for me to change my mind, but you ain't going to make me feel bad about what I had to do or what I wanted to do just because it doesn't comport or fit into your view of the world. I have no advice for you on how you can convince your friends of something because I have no interest in you convincing your friends of a damn thing. Stop living your life trying to convince them of something. When you are convinced, when you are settled, when you are at home in your own skin and in your own story, you won't have a need to convince anybody of anything. And whatever you're trying to convince them of, when you're at home in your own truth and you're comfortable with it, you embrace who you are and what you've done, they will look at you and be able to tell that you've transformed. You won't have to say a word. But as long as you feel guilt-ridden and as long as you feel bad about something, listen, there'll always be this duality where you're free but not free, where you're healed but not healed, where you're better but not better. Let me give you some scripture. You ready? The Apostle Paul said, I am what I am by the grace of God. Now, Paul and I, we don't always get along because he's got a lot of problems. But that verse I like. I am what I am by the grace of God. And it took grace to get me out of that and to get me here. And that's what you need to understand about your journey. I'm glad you've changed if that's what you wanted to do. I'm glad you've transformed if that's what you wanted to do. And now that you have transformed and you have changed, now I want you to not live in denial of what you used to be. I want you to be able to look back at your past and say, I was what I was by the grace of God, and I am what I am by the same grace that keeps me. That's what I want for you.